Have you ever wondered why the world's most successful people spend money in a way that's completely different from the rest of us? They don't splurge on the latest gadgets, chase every trend, or let impulse purchases dictate their lives. So what do they actually do to build their success? They follow smart financial strategies that you can start learning today. In this video, I'll share the 7 things you must stop buying right now if you want to become wealthy. Are you ready to break old habits and take control of your finances? Keep watching to uncover the secrets that could transform your life. Buying a house to live in. At the start of any wealth-building journey, you're going to face some tough decisions. One of the worst ones I made, along with many others, was buying a house to live in. Sounds strange, doesn't it? But if you're serious about growing your wealth, buying a personal residence might not be the smartest move. Buying a home ties up your hard-earned savings into something that doesn't generate income. That money becomes stagnant. Worse, you miss out on other investment opportunities. Real estate markets fluctuate. You might not see the appreciation you were hoping for. On the other hand, investing that same amount into a business offers potential for much higher returns. Imagine holding a substantial nest egg in your hands and feeling the thrill of possibility. Instead of funneling it into a traditional home, you choose to follow in the footsteps of legendary investors like Warren Buffett by backing a high-potential startup. Just as Buffett reinvested his capital and turned his savings into nearly $1 million in annual revenue, you witness firsthand the magic of compound interest and patient long-term thinking. When you set your money in motion, your wealth grows steadily and powerfully. Rather than letting your funds languish in a low-yield savings account, you opt for investment vehicles such as angel funds or crowdfunding platforms to magnify your odds of success. With this early-stage strategy, you not only safeguard your principal, but also carve out a path toward genuine financial freedom. Imagine you had that kind of savings. Instead of buying a home, you invested in a startup, just like Curtis did with Tilbury Multimedia. Today, that company generates close to $1 million in annual revenue. His decision to reinvest was not only smart, it was transformational. So why rush into homeownership when you're just starting out? Renting during your early career isn't a bad thing. Renters avoid property taxes, maintenance costs, and gain the flexibility to invest saved money elsewhere. That's capital you can use to grow something real. Even billionaires like Warren Buffett and Elon Musk took that route early on. Buffett famously lived in the same modest house for decades despite being worth billions. Because he understood, wealth isn't measured in mansions, it's measured in smart choices and scalable growth. So if you're thinking about buying a house just because it seems like the grown-up successful thing to do, pause. Think bigger. Think longer term. Your financial freedom might just depend on it. 2. How our tech obsession triggers costly financial mistakes. In today's world, technology rockets forward so fast that even those of us in midlife can't help but feel the tug of must-have gadgets. Picture yourself in your living room, friends raving about a smartphone with unreal camera powers, or a coworker flaunting a TV so sharp you can count each eyelash. But ask yourself, does every wave of tech FOMO truly enrich your wallet or your long-term financial plan? Often, it's the opening move in a series of money mistakes we barely notice. Take my own circle of friends. The moment a new phone hits the market, they're charging their card, though their current device works just fine. "I need to stay on trend," they joke, "or I'll be ancient next to the younger crowd." Yet by the time they upgrade, their savings account has withered, and the price gap between old and new could have gone into an S&P 500 index fund or bonds, harnessing the power of compound interest. A $1,000 investment there can double or triple over 10 years, while your brand new phone loses half its value in just one. Look to financial legends like Warren Buffett, and you'll find the same lesson. True wealth builders live modestly despite vast fortunes. Buffett never splurges on mansions or flashy cars. He pours every dollar into businesses with real value, reminding us that every expense should deliver lasting benefit. So, instead of blowing cash on a top-of-the-line gaming laptop, a financial advisor might be far better served by investing in portfolio management software that sharpens market analysis. Even Mark Zuckerberg's early days tell the story. When Facebook was just an idea, he worked at a bargain store desk with a hand-me-down laptop, choosing to invest in development tools and talent rather than impressing with the latest hardware. That focus on essentials rather than aesthetics propelled Facebook into a social media giant. The message is clear. Technology is only a tool. True impact comes from how you wield it. To adopt this long-term mindset yourself, first learn to distinguish showy tech from workhorse tech. Imagine a small business owner in California dropping $2,000 on an 8K TV for office style, yet balking at $200 for an email marketing automation tool that could save hundreds of work hours each year. That imbalance highlights a classic financial misstep, prioritizing lifestyle over productivity and ignoring the cost of missed opportunities. When we explain compound interest in plain terms, it's like describing a money printing machine. Invest $5,000 in an index fund at an average 7% annual return, and in 20 years, that sum nearly quadruples without lifting a finger beyond patience. Now ask yourself, is a $500 gadget worth forfeiting that kind of growth? And yes, let's keep it light. Picture yourself clutching that shiny new phone, bragging about its binocular-like zoom as your bank balance drifts away like the Sahara Desert. A bit of humor and everyday imagery can crack the shell of financial jargon and help these lessons sink in more deeply than any chart. So here's your call to action, especially for those in midlife. Invest in what truly adds value, both to your work and to your finances. Don't let the latest tech craze chain you to short-term spending. Instead, unleash the power of compound interest and long-term thinking. With every purchase, you're not just buying a device, you're laying down the building blocks of your future financial freedom. Blind investing, the trap of ignorance. If you're thinking about jumping into the stock market without truly understanding how it works, let me warn you, this is a decision that can lead to serious consequences. Investing isn't a game of luck, it's a discipline, an art form that demands knowledge and deep understanding. Many people rush in at the first sign of a hot opportunity, driven by hype, only to suffer heavy losses because they had no clear strategy or grasp of the risks involved. You've probably heard the disappointing stories of amateur investors. Let me tell you about someone I know. He started investing in stocks after hearing buzz about a few hot ticker symbols. He didn't research the companies, didn't read financial statements, didn't study market trends. He simply bought in because others were doing it. And before long, he watched his account balance evaporate. Sadly, that's not uncommon. Thousands of people enter the stock market with only a vague understanding of how financial instruments work. They dream of fast wealth and dramatic gains, but they don't prepare, they don't learn, and when the market turns against them, they're caught completely off guard. You can't rely on luck when investing. It's a long-term game that demands patience, strategy, and critical analysis. So, how do you avoid falling into the trap of blind investing? The answer is simple. Build a solid foundation of financial knowledge. Learn how to read financial reports, study market trends. Most importantly, understand the companies you're putting your money into. These are the first steps toward taking control of your financial future. Take Tim Cook, for example, the CEO of Apple. One of the reasons behind his professional success is his ability to thoroughly research and understand markets before making big decisions. He never invests in a company unless he fully understands how it operates. That kind of insight has helped Apple flourish and become one of the most valuable companies in the world. Investing isn't easy, but if you equip yourself with the right knowledge and tools, you can stay on the right path. Don't let ignorance block your journey to wealth. Learn first, then grow. Spending on shaky relationships, a needless waste. As you enter midlife, every dollar you earn becomes a vital step toward lasting wealth and financial freedom. Yet too many of us fall into the trap of lavish gift-giving, splurging on luxury jewelry, weekend getaways, or gourmet dinners when our own finances aren't rock solid. Oversized spending on expensive watches, designer bags, or overseas trips can strain your monthly budget, slow down debt repayment, and derail plans for your retirement fund or emergency savings. Many couples aged 40 to 55 believe that grand gifts are the ultimate expression of love. But when a relationship isn't firmly established, these gestures can become burdensome. Instead of strengthening your bond, buying a high-end watch or booking an exotic vacation creates an unspoken pressure to reciprocate, spiraling into a cycle of ever larger purchases. This spending trap erodes your ability to save and leaves you anxious about maintaining a lavish lifestyle merely for appearances. The real cost of this wasteful spending extends beyond your bank balance. By prioritizing short-term pleasure, you miss out on opportunities to invest in yourself. Courses on financial management, professional development workshops, or saving toward a home renovation. While flashy gifts bring fleeting joy, investing in education and health lays a foundation for sustainable growth, aligning with the wealthy mindset of build first, reap later. Look to financial icons for proof. Warren Buffett, despite his immense fortune, lives simply, eating at humble diners, residing in the same home he bought in 1958, and cutting out needless expenses. His disciplined spending lets him focus on long-term investments rather than frivolous purchases. And consider Bill Gates. Though he could buy anything, he channels his resources into research, innovation, and strategic philanthropy, an embodiment of invest in value, not spend for show. So how can you, someone in midlife striving for financial freedom, manage your personal finances wisely while nurturing a healthy romantic relationship? Start by setting a clear gift budget. Allocate only a small portion of your monthly income and choose meaningful experiences. Concert tickets, a cooking class together, or a short picnic getaway. These shared moments cost less, deepen your connection, and keep your wealth-building plan on track. Next, prioritize investing in yourself with proven methods. Contribute to your 401k, diversify across stocks, bonds, and ETFs, or dedicate time to learning new skills that raise your market value. Automate your savings, set up an auto transfer each payday, and monitor daily expenses rigorously. These habits keep your finances strong and reinforce a long-term wealth mindset. Finally, remember that both your career and your relationships matter, but true prosperity arises when you strike the right balance between them. Every dollar you save or invest, no matter how small, is a cornerstone for your future. The most meaningful gift you can give yourself is financial peace of mind, freeing you to pursue your goals and savor lasting happiness. Why buying a brand new car is a terrible financial decision. Imagine seeing slogans like, "Drive a new car, own your status," or "Your new ride, your new life," and feeling swept up in the promise that a gleaming vehicle equals instant power and success. Yet the reality is that buying a brand new car can be a massive financial misstep, especially when you're still building your career. That shiny new model can throw your personal budget off balance, slow down student loan repayments, delay your emergency fund, and put your retirement plan at risk. Many in midlife believe a fresh-off-the-lot sedan or SUV is the ultimate badge of wealth. But as soon as you drive off the showroom floor, that car loses up to 20% of its value in the first year alone. Combine that steep depreciation with higher insurance premiums, ongoing maintenance, and auto loan interest, and you're saddled with a long-term burden, one that steals resources from far more critical goals, like buying a home or beefing up your 401k. Instead of splurging on new wheels, financial experts urge you to weigh costs against benefits. Picture a 45-year-old office worker opting for a well-maintained 2- or 3-year-old vehicle rather than a pricey new model. At 60 to 70% of the new car price tag, a pre-owned car saves thousands up front and drastically cuts monthly payments. Those savings can be reinvested in professional development, boosting your skills and earning potential over the long haul. Consider Elon Musk, the visionary behind Tesla. Even though he can afford the latest electric marvels, he channels his spending into groundbreaking R&D and strategic innovation, not flex purchases. His example shows that real progress comes from investing in value, technology, talent, and ideas, not merely owning the flashiest possessions. So, how can you, an American in your middle years striving for financial freedom, handle car expenses wisely while still enjoying modern convenience? Start by capping your transport budget at 10 to 15% of your monthly income, covering auto loan payments, insurance, and fuel. Next, seek out lightly used cars, 2 to 3 years old, with clear maintenance histories and reasonable mileage. This approach protects your capital for higher priority investments, whether that's paying for your children's education or growing your retirement nest egg. Don't forget to shop manufacturers' rebates or explore flexible leasing options, which can reduce both depreciation and interest costs. Always ask yourself before any big purchase, does this serve my long-term goals, or is it just a temporary status symbol? Every dollar you save or invest, even the small ones, lays another brick in the foundation of lasting prosperity. By embracing a wealth mindset, you'll resist the lure of short-term thrills and focus on what truly moves you toward freedom and sustainable success. Remember, the most meaningful ride isn't the newest model. It's the smart financial strategy that drives you closer to your dreams. Beware of impulsive spending. When you walk into a store and see signs screaming up to 70% off or end of season blowout, don't miss out. It's easy to believe you've stumbled on a golden opportunity. But all too often, these markdowns are clever traps designed to make you buy things you don't truly need. Left unchecked, this habit quietly drains your wallet and slows your progress toward building lasting wealth. Countless midlifers chasing financial freedom can tell you about their Black Friday or clearance sale regrets. One moment, you're convinced a half-price designer coat is the deal of a lifetime. The next, it's gathering dust in your closet because the fit was off or the style didn't suit you. That money, intended for your emergency fund or retirement investments, vanished on a fleeting thrill instead. To dodge the sale trap, ask yourself, do I genuinely need this? Then run your choice through 3 filters: usefulness, how long you'll wear or use it, and whether you can replace it easily. A classic, durable coat that lasts for years always outperforms a trendy jacket good for just one season. Prioritizing practical items saves you upfront and prevents repeat shopping sprees. In your journey towards sustainable wealth, even small savings on impulse buys are powerful. Picture redirecting those dollars into your retirement account, emergency savings, or a diversified portfolio of stocks and bonds, watching them compound over time. As Warren Buffett's modest lifestyle shows, refusing needless luxuries frees up capital for the high-return investments that truly build your nest egg. Don't forget about those monthly subscriptions either: Netflix, Spotify, extended warranties, gym memberships. $10 to $15 here and there add up to hundreds each year you barely use. Audit your recurring charges regularly, cancel what you don't need, and keep only the services you use often. A simple 30-day consideration rule can work wonders. Spot something tempting, then wait a month before buying. Use that time to research, compare prices, or even catch a genuine sale. If after 30 days you still feel it's essential, go for it. Otherwise, let that urge pass. Finally, cultivate a true wealth mindset by focusing on your long-term goals, buying a home, padding your retirement fund, achieving financial freedom. Every smart purchase or investment in your education, skill set, or an ETF is another brick in your foundation of lasting prosperity. Remember, controlling your spending isn't self-denial. It's honoring the hard-earned dollars in your hand. Master the art of intentional spending, and you'll no longer feel manipulated by flashy deals. Instead, you'll make confident choices that align with your needs and ambitions, each dollar saved or invested propelling you closer to the sustainable wealth you deserve. Avoid alcohol. When you choose to skip that glass of wine or cold beer from the very start of your career, you're making more than a lighthearted no thanks. You're committing to long-term health, razor-sharp focus, and stronger personal finances on your road to true financial freedom. Many middle-agers in America know the ritual: unwind with friends over cocktails or a frosty brew on Friday nights. It feels like stress relief, social bonding, and a badge of a vibrant life. Yet the morning after tells another story: foggy mind, heavy limbs, a pounding head, and suddenly your productivity plummets. When your brain isn't firing on all cylinders, you make mistakes, stall decisions, and waste precious time, translating directly into lost money over weeks and months. Say no to every drink, and you'll feel the difference immediately. First, health blossoms: deeper sleep, fewer midnight awakenings, and easier digestion and waking up truly refreshed. Second, your work performance soars. You tackle critical tasks, project planning, client meetings with clear thinking and boundless energy, unburdened by headaches or fatigue. These gains reinforce a true wealth mindset, ever alert, proactive, and driven toward your career goals. Science backs it up. A study in the Journal of Occupational Health Psychology found that abstainers or light drinkers experience 20% less psychological stress and boost their productivity by an average of 15% compared to regular drinkers. Cutting alcohol also slashes your risk of chronic illness, trims medical bills, and reduces sick days, all factors that safeguard your personal finances and propel your performance. Look at Richard Branson, Virgin Group's founder. Despite helming a global empire, he rejects booze, prioritizes quality sleep, and exercises regularly. That healthy lifestyle fuels his clarity and stamina, powering him to lead hundreds of companies and sustain enduring wealth for decades. Branson's example proves that your health is your greatest asset, the bedrock for every ambition. When you're not worrying about last night's indulgence, you free up time and energy to invest in yourself, learning new skills, attending advanced trainings, or expanding your professional network. Those are the investments that truly build lasting wealth. Beyond giving up alcohol, adopt sustainable financial habits, refuse fleeting impulses, avoid chasing every tech trend, and safeguard an emergency fund. As Warren Buffett says, the best investment you can make is in yourself. Devote your time and resources to growing your skills, knowledge, and well-being, because that's the surest path to lasting prosperity. Remember, a thriving career isn't built on endless parties, but on the steady nurturing of your body and mind. By maintaining healthy routines, refusing the bottle, and focusing on long-term goals, you'll accelerate toward financial freedom, create enduring wealth, and truly enjoy the journey of life. We appreciate your valuable time and hope that the insights shared will be a solid starting point for your financial security. The principles discussed today are not just theory, but practical experiences that can help you strengthen your financial future right now. Remember that positive changes, no matter how small, when implemented consistently, will yield significant results. We encourage you to reflect and apply this knowledge to your life. If you have any questions or would like to share your story, please don't hesitate to leave a comment. We are always here to support you on this journey. Thank you sincerely, and we look forward to seeing you in the next content.